What's up? What's up? We are back, and today we're going to talk about finalizing your set list, setting hot cues, and getting ready to stream and record your final set. So I decided to start from a blank slate here so you guys can see the process from the ground up, okay? What we're going to do is look at our playlist, pick our opening track and our second track, which we already determined, and I'm also going to pick my third song in real time. I haven't even looked at the third song yet or decided which one it's going to be. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to pick, why I'm going to pick it, how I'm going to pick it, and we're going to set some hot cues so we can make sure we know what we're going to do. So we're in our spectator mode here. So what we're going to do is open our track list, go to my songs. You can either have your songs in this menu here, or you can have a folder. Totally up to you. Either way is cool. As long as you are comfortable and understand which tracks you're going to be using, so that way you don't play the wrong song. So let's load up our first song here, or my first song. Black Day onto deck 2, and I'm going to load up my Vidal Po Retenki song onto deck 1. If anyone can correct me, feel free on how to pronounce that. I guarantee that is incorrect. Okay, so it looks like I already have some hot cues on Black Day. So let's just talk about hot cues and their purpose and how they can be beneficial for you. So as you can see, I actually already have a couple hot cues on Black Day here. I have 0 hot cues on my track over here, my Vidal Pachensky song. That's incorrect, but you know what I mean. So let's just talk about hot cues, their purpose, and how they're going to help you out. So in this setting, I use them for anchors or markers to remind me where my transition is happening. So I use 2 total. I can't make a 2 here, but I use 2 total. 1 to tell me when I'm going to be starting it and where in the track I'm going to be starting it when I'm mixing it into a new song. And the second one is a marker telling me when I'm pushing play on my other song. And that just helps you because you've already tested out your transitions, you've decided where you're going to be playing your next song, and this is going to remind you in the mix in case you get nervous or whatever and you want to, you don't want to mess up. So I set them here already. You see where it says A, B, and C on the left here? 2 of them are green. That means they're already in there. On this side, they're all grayed out, okay? So if you have no hot cues set, let's just look at this one for this example. So no hot cues are set over here, right? So let's say I wanted to set one wherever I wanted to start this track. We decided we're going to go about to this part of the song. So let's just get there. Second one a little too far. You hear my cat in there demanding my attention. We're going to leave that in there because we all live animals. Okay, so I set my cue point, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my hot cue. So I remember I didn't want to start it at the beginning. I wanted to start it further along. So what you're going to do is hit your record button here. Boom. This gives you the ability to record your hot cues. Notice how they turn red. So I'm going to do A, and that is going to be my first hot cue. So turn that record button off, and now it's green. Boom. Now it'll trigger automatically too, which is pretty cool. Okay. So now you'll understand why I have these 2. And if you remember correctly, I am pushing play on this song at this location once I reach the beginning of this outro, and there's a hot cue set there for that, right? So that's pretty cool. We've already looked at that transition, so we're actually not going to look at that this time. What we're going to do is load up another song, and we're going to pick our third song now. So we're back to this view, and we're going to pick a new song, okay? So I'm going to open my track list, and I'm going to pick, let's do this Fat Sushi song. So I'm going to load this song, on the Fat Sushi song, onto deck 2, okay? So I already have my hot cue set on the monolink track. That was my first. My second song is this Volin Sentir song, and my third is the Fat Sushi track, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where in this track are we going to start mixing in this track. So first off, let's just take a listen to this song and see what we're dealing with. sure my melodies aren't clashing with each other. Okay, so we're just going to scan through with our needle search. Okay, it's kind of melodic, so we want to make sure our melodies aren't clashing. So I'm going to wait until a little bit the end of this song here. So let's just listen to the end section of this song. Okay, so the melody stopped at this part. Right here. Oops, it went back to my cue point. Okay. Here it is. So new cue point here. Okay, so let's just test out this transition. So I'm going to start this track. I want to make sure my song is lined up at the first beat, which is a little bit further off. Notice how there's a little bit of time here. So I just want to make sure my cue point is set correctly. Okay, and I'm going to bring this down to about 120 because our last transition happened at 119. So I'm going to start bringing it up. So let's just set this as our master, right? It's good. Sync. Boom. Tempos are matched properly. That's looking good. Okay, so now let's just test out this transition. I'm going to give myself a little bit of time to push play on my next song. Double tap by sync. Make sure we're good. No bass. A little less mids here. Start bringing it up. Yeah, that was a perfect place. So we're going to test this transition out. Give myself a little bit of time to cue my next song in. My EQ mids. Or I'm going to do my bass swap here. Sounding good. I like it. Let this transition right out. It sounds like that's going to be our marker. Cool. I'm loving it. So let's set our hotcues so now we know when we record our set and when we're streaming, we don't have to double think about, what is going to be our timing of when we're bringing our tracks in. So let's set our hotcue. We're going to hit our record button. We're going to record the B. at our cue point over here on our second track. And we're going to record our A hot cue on our first cue point, which is where we're bringing in this track. And now we have our hot cues saved. So that's going to be the flow of how you're going to set your hot cues. So basically just use this strategy across your set, set your hot cues, figure out what transitions work best, and you're going to be ready to rock. And that wraps it up for today. I'll see you guys next time.